train is stationary at a place called Bishka, which is, I would have thought, 40 minutes from Budapest. What actually happened, several hundred of these refugees had got on the train this morning. They waited in suffocating conditions for 3 hours, hoping that this train would take them either to Germany or close to the Austrian border. Eventually it did leave. There were some police on board, but when it got to Bishka, lining the platform were rows of police, and clearly the intention was to take the refugees off the train and take them to a centre where they would be properly processed, fingerprinted, and their details taken. But the people on board the train didn't want that. There was some jostling, some struggling. The police put on their riot helmets, and then they tried to force the people who had come off the first carriage down some steps. And then a really distressing incident happened. A woman who was carrying a small baby began crying for help. One of her companions tried to help her. Somehow there became a push and shove with the police, and she ended up on the railway lines with riot police trying to pull her back. And this, of course, inflamed all the other people on the train. And then they broke through the lines, and the people who had come off the train got back on the train, and they would prefer just to stay on the train rather than to go to this processing centre.
And so, Gavin, these people feel they've been misled. They thought they were heading to the Austrian border, and actually...
That's right. That's right. And you can hear, actually, probably on my phone, as people are shouting, water, water from inside the carriages, and some are shouting, Germany, Germany. I don't think they were deliberately misled. They somehow believed that a train heading west would take them close enough to the Austrian border for them to walk across. But that obviously wasn't the intention. And the intention here is to play by existing EU rules and to process them, which is after what is supposed to happen. But of course, that system is now broken and in tatters. And the truth is that Europe's leaders do not have a credible plan at the moment for dealing this. And these distressing scenes which we're witnessing here on a railway platform in the middle of Hungary simply are a reflection of a broken asylum system in Europe. There doesn't seem to be any plan here. You know, some have been let through to go to Austria. Some have been sleeping rough for 6 days. They're told they can get on a train, then they can't get on a train. These people believed they were going to be able to go down close to the Austrian border, and now they're stuck here. And I think all this reflects, Viktor Orban, the Hungarian Prime Minister, is in Brussels today. All of this reflects is that Hungary, like other countries, doesn't know how to deal with this crisis. And of course, what is interesting, on this train, it isn't just people who've come from Syria. Very interesting to me, there were many, many other nationalities, all looking to seize this opportunity to get across the border into Austria and Germany.
A Syrian refugee pulls his wife and young child onto railway tracks in Hungary. A protest at authorities not allowing them to continue their journey to Western Europe. Those on board this morning, when it left Budapest, believed they were en route to Austria. Instead, the train was met by armed police in the town of Bishka, which is home to a major refugee camp. When police ordered passengers to get off the train, they refused. That led to trouble. Several hundred refugees and migrants have remained on or beside the train for hours.